Did you guys get paid? How much did you guys make out of the show?
Yeah. We got petrol.
It was a Chalta petrol.
Petrol, okay, because we can pour our own petrol.
It was for 3 months, 15K.
Welcome to O Narrative Podcast by myself, Promise Makunyane. This podcast is about marriage and family dynamics. If you want to be a part of my podcast, please write us your story on the email that is going to pop on the screen. Do not forget to put your WhatsApp number on your story so that we can be able to contact you after vetting your story. Guys, I'm going to say it again. Disclaimer, please subscribe because my analytics tells me that 80% of you guys that come to my podcast, you are not subscribed. It means a lot to us. It does a lot of difference and it's free for you. I've realized my TikTok people are like, do we have to pay for it? No, you don't have to pay for it. Just click the subscribe button, doll. Thank you. Anyway, guys, I've got guests. Today I'm going to start things differently. I've got two ladies, beautiful ladies, and I'm going to sing, ladies. You guys must join me.
Yeah.
Look at the faces. Fix those pipes and you'll be surprised what we're going to sing.
Igwich.
What is Igwich?
Not Atandwe, please.
Atandwe. Sasandya hamba. You have to join me.
I don't sing it. So
Mara, why is that prepared?
I wanted that. Anyway, ladies, I think we have seen that you're not singers.
You, of course.
Definitely not.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, that song, when it hit the TikTok and people were salivating over your partners, like wives wanted to wife your wives and, Stembu was being created in your marriages and it was just crazy. How did you guys feel about that trend?
Well, I wasn't bothered. I kept on looking at my person all the time. When that video appears, I'm like, baby. Yeah, it was nice because it also looked so nice and the song, it was nice. So, yeah.
Yeah. And how did you feel about that?
Well, on my side, I was more excited for them, for a change. South Africa literally came to a standstill because of what they're doing. And the nice thing about it is they've always worked hard and created a name for themselves.
Yeah.
So now that thing that comes as a signature for them, I was like, wow. I was very excited, especially for her. I'm always super excited.
And for her, she's here as well, Becky. But forever.
Everywhere you go.
MTN. So her partner, wife, is here with her, Bambanani.
Yes.
Jay's number, he's a defender, I know.
13.
Is it the defender, right?
Yes, she's a defender.
She's a defender. Jason number 13. I also want to make a disclaimer, guys. Just like I made a disclaimer when I was speaking to a mom that is dealing with an autistic child. I'm not clued up about autism. I was not clued up about autism, and I've made a disclaimer that please, it's not out of disrespect. It's not out of, I'm going to make another disclaimer today. I'm not so clued up about the LGBTQIA community, plus DSTV. I'm joking. They're going to come, XYZ. So I'm not clued up about that, but I'm not ignorant. I'm willing to learn, and that's why you guys are here. So if I'm going to say things that are inappropriate, if I'm going to call him, her, she, if I'm going to say husband, please bear with me. It's not out of disrespect, but it's just me not being cognizant at that moment and me not being educated about it. But I'm really open and I want to learn about it. You guys must pardon me. Your partners must pardon me. Because I know I'm going to say husband now and then.
Like,
Oh,
okay.
You're like, oh. So thank you guys for making time for me.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for saying yes to my invitation. And I'd like you to introduce yourself.
That feels like an interview question, which I struggle with all the time. I am Christa Kampe Jani. Jane, I always say Jani, Jane, potato.
Yeah.
Depends who's asking. And I'm from Rustenburg. I was born and bred in Rustenburg, but I live in Joburg. I'm married to Refilwe, who is playing in Italy. I wear a lot of hats when it comes to career because I'm a talent manager. I'm a team manager, I'm a massage therapist, and I have my own company. I'm a very bubbly person, and I have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
watch it before I jump on these couches.
No, like we don't have budget, Arina. We can't change them, so please. Anyway, Tsholo.
Well, my name is Tsholo Makhalimele Mbane. I am married to Bambanani Mbane, who is Banyana Banyana's defender and Mamelodi Sundowns defender. In terms of career, I've been in the aviation industry for the past 6 to 7 years, but currently I am unemployed.
Yeah.
So I am a housewife.
We love that. We all want to be housewives. And how do you feel about that? Because, okay, I think now I want to jump into the show, but I don't want to jump into the show yet. Okay. But I want to ask you, how do you take on the role of being a housewife? Do you take it with pride, or do you take it, I'm going to find a job soon? Or actually, I'm working my partner, I'm taking care of my partner.
I definitely take it with pride,
Yeah.
because I cannot be sobbing just because there's no employment opportunities in South Africa. But the fact that I keep applying and nothing comes, I'm not going to be now sorry for myself and stuff, but instead I will just embrace what I can.
Yeah.
If it's helping her with her career, I will definitely do it. If it's me starting a business or looking into helping someone, getting a non-profit organization registered, that is what I will do.
Yeah.
But I will not just sit there and just say, now people will say how you don't have anything, or I expect respect from other people. If the job is not there, it's not there.
Yeah.
I move.
Yeah. So, but me looking at you, I'm looking at a nurturer. I'm looking at somebody that will really stay at home and take care of the partner, take care of the kids, and just do just that. But we're living in a world where, why are you not doing something? It feels as if even when you I want to be a housewife, you must have like an NGO, you must have like a coffee, But there are other people that I just feel they must just say, I don't want to work. I want to work my children and my partner.
Definitely. If a person decides that they don't want it, 100%. But also, if there's nothing that I can do, and I'm not going to be wanting to be felt sorry for. If something comes, definitely I'll grab it with both hands. If a business opportunity comes, I'm always willing. I always say, I have time on my hands. I can do just about anything. I'm always willing to learn. So in my case, anything that comes, I will grab it with both hands. But if it's not there, we still move.
You're still okay. When I WhatsApped you yesterday, I was like, hi, Mrs. Jane or Mrs. Jane. You were like, Mrs. Christa? Campella or Campella? Jane. Yes, Jane. Why was that important, or what did that mean?
Because my surname officially is Khampe Jane. So when people just say, hi, Miss Jane, it's like Yashoda. That's not me.
Okay.
Because she also carries my surname. Okay. So we are both Khampe Jane.
So Khampe is your surname?
Yes.
And then her surname is
Jane. Yes.
Is it Jane or Jane?
Depends who's asking.
Okay, I'm asking you in South Africa. I am in Limpopo.
Honestly, even in her family, like others call themselves Jani, others call themselves Jane. I even asked my father-in-law,
Yes.
It's like whatever that suits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Khampe is yours, Jane, and then you put them together.
Yes. In the same order.
What do you mean in the same order?
Because Refule maybe the Jane Khampe Jane.
I hear you. And for you, the double barrel situation?
In my case, we do have a double barrel, both of us, but it's ordered. So I've got my surname in the middle and her last name. She's got her surname in the middle and my last name. But that was 4 years ago when we went to Saina. It was a discussion that we had between the two of us. Okay, because I literally did not believe in lobola. Because I remember when I was like sitting down with my family, there was once a time where I told them, I know I'm a girl and you're expecting Hutola Lobola, but she's also a girl. She was a born girl. So ko gabo le bona, they are expecting Lobola. So if le batla Lobola from her side, for now at the time it didn't make sense, But then along the way came the discussions of for the sake of we want to have kids, our surnames are completely ordered differently. So in order for us to make things right, let's involve family. Let's see how family can advise us better in terms of making things work.
Yeah.
So now the plan is to now move to be fully Mbani.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
nice.
currently we are still at that because of at 4 years ago we had not had the same vision that we have right now and the
Yeah.
things that we wanted. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And I love that. You know, there is always different, like there's beauty in each person's story, you know, and we get to learn
Different dynamics.
different dynamics. And speaking about children, are you planning to have children?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We are
And-
planning to have a child.
Just one.
A child.
What are you looking at? Ramaphosa's economy or Justin J? We just want one.
Well, when the conversation of kids came, when I met her, I was fully in my mind or in my space where I felt, Hore, I'm not a lover of kids or I don't plan on having kids in future.
Yeah.
But she loves kids and she wants to have a family.
Yeah.
You know, and along the way, she introduced me to you know, opening up to having that kind of picture in my life, and I was like, okay, if I have to compromise, let's look at having just one.
I love that. That's what marriage is about. My husband wants 4 kids. I wanted 2 kids. Now we have to come to the middle and have 3.
And have 3. Yeah.
I have 2 now. I've pushed at least. I've
one
got 2.
more.
Yeah, one more.
Oh my gosh, I don't
One
know where I'm
more.
gonna squeeze the pregnancy and the maternity, but yeah, that's just all about marriage. It's about compromising. And for you?
I've always wanted to have kids, but I've never seen myself bearing a child. I've never seen myself pregnant. And this was, I've always thought, okay, I'll adopt a child, you know, or 2. And when I met Refilwe, we both wanted to have kids, but of the how, we needed to work around it.
Yeah.
Because Refilwe is also like a natural, Refilwe can fall pregnant now. Like, she's like, I want to carry, you know, but we are slowly looking at who can, at this point in time, who can carry if we carry? What are the options? Surrogacy, what are the options? Adoption. It really doesn't matter, but it's pillow talk.
Yes.
And we see one from you.
Yes,
Ah, we need a mini Christa.
Yeah.
Like, girl. Yeah. So halfway, sometimes like I'm like, okay, I'm 50%.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 60%. And then I fall back. I'm like, I'm 40%. Yeah, but we really want to have kids.
Yeah.
Minimum of 2. Number 3,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how are you? What other options can a same-sex marriage, 2 females have? Is it how is it gonna happen? Is it gonna take your egg, her egg, put them together, and please tell us how it's gonna go?
I think it all depends on what you want, because we can easily take my egg, her egg, and then have twins or whatever the case is. Hopefully they both catch and all that. There's IVFs, there's artificial insemination,
Yeah.
there's adoption, there's I get my egg, but somebody else carries for us, or my egg she carries for. So it really, there's variety of, you can choose, this is how we want to take our journey.
Do you guys know how you want to go about it?
Definitely. We have done our research. We're looking into buying a sperm, and I will be the carrier, and we're using my
Obviously.
egg.
The natural we can see.
Yes, and we're using my egg.
So it means that the child will be biologically yours alone. Does that mean that? Because
But
it's-
in terms of biology, it will be
Yeah.
mine alone.
Yeah.
But if it does happen, because she always says, Anganjuta to have a second child,
Yes.
then we can look into taking her
Okay.
egg.
Yes. I think that will play out fair in your case. But you don't want 2 kids.
Well, at this point, you know,
Yeah.
I started with not wanting kids. So
Now we are here.
now we are 1 kid. So maybe in the future.
A life with possibilities.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
After they win a few cups, they bring a lot of
Like,
money. You're like, aye, let's
me
pop.
more."
Let's pop.
Kids, these are kids.
Yes.
Maybe we could be popping houses, not kids like
Let's
that.
go.
Oh.
Let's do something
Yeah,
that
nee.
brings us money, not the one that takes away.
I hear you. Those people, they take away money, my dear. Definitely. I watched this reality show, Moshe, Ke Life with Moshe. He's also just...
Had twins.
Yes. It was like, oh my
Cute.
gosh.
Yeah.
You know, and he's taking us through the process. And that's why I was asking from you guys' end, how is it going to go? Because with him, he's got a lady that carried...
A
He's got
surrogate for-
white sperm.
Yeah.
No, he
Eggs.
got his
White
sperm,
eggs.
white
What is-
eggs, and then together, wow. You know, the endless possibilities.
Yes.
You know?
Definitely.
It's nice that we have options, you know. You can
Yes.
have what you want, not what the society decides for you.
Yeah. Was it you when I'm referring to the show, referring to Sports Wives on Showmax. They are there. And was it you who said you both want to be pregnant? Who said they both want to have bands?
It's Bomzi who said she'd love for us to be pregnant.
Oh.
Yes, but also she said like she wants that whole experience
Yeah, of
of
carrying.
Carrying a child.
Nah, pop the child, give it to me. I'll raise the child.
But how would you? But I guess your career is also demanding. I was saying, if she would carry the children, that means her career will stop. But just as you,
Yeah. But I can make
Which
the
more
sacrifice
yeah,
because she still needs to play and stuff.
Yeah.
I can make the sacrifice. But we're also dealing with chronics because I have chronics. You know, so
Okay.
we're like, is it safe? We're looking at medical options that we have and if it's going to be safe because we still want the mother to be alive and the child to be alive. Or the carrier to be alive.
yeah. Did you guys just grow up knowing that you are? Do we call you guys lesbians?
Yes.
Not
I'm
me.
lesbian.
Lesbian, and then you?
Whatever that goes.
Okay.
No, actually, you know, the reason I've always shied away from that label is because immediately you say you are lesbian, people have their own perception of what being a lesbian is.
Yeah.
You know, I've dated guys before, before. It didn't work out. And it didn't work out because of the sexuality part. It didn't work out because the person that they are,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And when I met Refilo, it was a different thing, you know. Whether she's female or whatever, she respected me, loved me, cherished me, treasured me. Those things for me, they're important. Because I always say, guys, sexuality, yes, we discuss it, but you know, immediately you start talking about a person's sexuality. Because people, when you say you're married to a woman, they're like, how do you do it? I'm like, kitchen, you know, do you even ask your parents, guys, let's you get what I mean? So sexuality is really about that.
Yeah.
But people's curiosity and fascination and whatever, they're already in your bedroom.
But you blame them though, because just how we grew up, we just know a man and a woman coming together, right? And now we've got all these types of relationships, and it's a bit of, and I always tell, I've got gay friends, I always tell them that, you know, I don't think you have to always be offended when people are misjudging you or you know, because there's a lot of education that we need, you know. So even somebody asking you, how do you guys do it? You know, it's really just not coming. I know it's invasive, 100% invasive.
Very.
But it's like, I really want to know, like, honestly, if you open my heart, I don't have any ill intent, you know, but I really just want to know why I feel like a lot of the community are very sensitive.
It's the how for me.
Yeah.
It's how you ask it. I love educating people, you know, but the how, if you are going to be condescending, if you're going to come and attacking me, then I have a problem, you know. I wouldn't just rock up and find a heterosexual couple and be like, so who likes the doggy, who likes what and whatever, because then I'll be overstepping, you know.
hear that.
So if the manner of how you ask me then will determine my response. But if you like, you know what, I'm just curious, maybe I'll also direct you to sides and whatnot, you know. I'm not going to say, yo, I still want a chandelier and whatever the case is.
I love that. And as you're speaking, you're really just also informing me, because I'm that person that will just really ask, you know. But what you said, it just came back to me that it's a boundary, you know. You cannot just say this thing, even though you are curious, even though you don't have any ill intent, but it's a boundary. You cannot just now ask, just like I cannot ask my parents, hey, when do you guys do it? How do you do it? Yeah, I hear that. And for you, Tsholo, have you always known that you're a lesbian?
I didn't always know, but I was always curious, why did I find ladies attractive? You know, when you are in class and there's a particular teacher and you feel like, oh, I like that teacher, but you don't understand what it is. And also when there's like, you're coming from a township where it's taboo to be seen with another girl.
Yeah.
You know, I know with myself, I for the longest time, I was resenting myself. I was asking myself, what is wrong with me? I wanted to fit in so much.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it didn't make a lot of sense. So I had internal fights that no one knew about. Ukuthi, I'm fighting with this thing and I'm asking myself, why me? Why is it happening to me? Until I was brave enough to come out of my shell and I never looked back.
When was that?
I think I was in grade 8. And the high school that I went to, it was a distance from the normal school that I went to because I grew up in Tembisa.
Yeah.
So my primary school was in Kempton Park. So going to Queen's High School, it's in, like by Eastgate side. So going there are people from Soweto, people from Abyss Valley, different people. And you know, a primary school is small. And when you go to high school, you see. And funny enough is my high school days, we didn't have pants in my high school. So every girl needed to wear a skirt. And there are like dominant muscular lesbians that were there and rocked those skirts with pride.
Yeah.
And then I started being comfortable with, you know, accepting my sexuality. I started being comfortable with me being able to love. And then I saw, I'm not the only one.
Yes.
It's there are people out there, so there's nothing wrong with me. And then I started embracing it.
Queens, is it just girls?
No, it's girls and boys.
And boys.
Yeah.
I wanted to say there's this friend of mine who, no, I can't speak about her. She's actually married, but she is, no, let me not speak about it because they're going to catch who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, now my train of thoughts is like, it's available because I wanted to speak about my friend. But anyway, then who was your first girlfriend? Your girlfriend. I wanted to say boyfriend. Who was your first girlfriend?
My first girlfriend was a girl that I went to church with.
Church?
Yeah.
Bana ba
Actually, batswadi ba gae ne le barudi. So I remember.
I hope she's still alive now.
She is. No, they're really embracing her. Yeah, I think it was back in 2006.
Okay.
And she came to me a year before telling me that she's attracted to girls. And being a church girl that I was, I gave her scriptures of how God does not want this, told her how I was going to pray for her. And then she started letting me in on her relationship, the type of girlfriend that she was dating, the things that the girlfriend was doing to her. And I started becoming jealous. And I was like, but I feel like me and you can be. But I didn't even want to show her because I was the shoulder to cry on.
Yes.
And then after the relationship broke up, Mole, when Tsholo Munisitse, and then she came to me and then we started a relationship. And I remember when I told her when we started the relationship, I was like, Goyena, I'm trying this out. I'm not lesbian.
Yeah.
Because I was so in denial.
Yeah.
Kanti, I was like,
It's who you are, girl.
So I'm asking you because from like grade 8 to watching Sports Wives and your parents still being like, no, about your relationship, or is it about the sexuality or how you guys went about it, getting married?
I feel like Sports Wife put my parents in a bad light.
Okay.
The initial story was how I got to where I am. So I am trying to take them step by step, but because Bona, they wanted drama, that's when they shifted into the focus of wanting it to be like you come from a broken family. You know, when I say that, I mean like, I remember the first conversation that I was taken into Kokokamireng with my grandmother and my mom. My sister was also put there. They wanted to know what is wrong with me. Is there anything that has ever happened to me? Was there a problem between maybe me and a guy, if I was dating a guy? They wanted to know, how did you decide, or who did you see this from? Because they believed, Hori, maybe you saw someone and you thought it was cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then my mom was like, she was very honest. My mom is very honest, especially with her beliefs. She told me, nah, I don't believe in that, and I'm at a point where I feel I don't accept it. You know, and I kept on coming back and forth to her. You know, I kept on. Are you ready? I'm not ready. She never said I don't accept you. She just said I'm not ready to accept the situation.
I'm looking at you because I'm like, I've got a whole bag of questions about your family and them being so rude to you and them not agreeing of your sexuality. But now when you say grade 8, I'm like, by now they would have warmed up to that.
It did take him a while to warm up, because it even took me a while, because now I'm one person. If you say to me, Tsholo fella, I'm not ready, I cannot come back to you. I will wait for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm waiting. Right. Now I believe in conversations. I believe in sitting down and talking. I believe in hearing you say it. You understand? So for the longest time, I haven't spoken to my mom and sat down with her and say, when I try, sometimes she said, I guess go up and like, I want you to meet my partner, and she still says she's not ready. So this is where my marriage came in. You know, my relationship before I met Bambanani, I had taken the girl to my parents, and I was like, please meet my partner. And my mom was newly married then, and she was like, God, nah, she's still not ready
to dedicate,
you know. Yes, she was like, she's still not ready. And with that, when I met Bambanani, because I knew what I wanted, I was like, you know what, I've been trying to, but I see she's not ready, and she's not yet ready to come. So eloping for us made sense, because it's no use forcing her to go through it. But she was still my mom. She still did motherly things. She still supported me when I needed it. It's just that there was no conversation between me and her in terms of my sexuality or my relationship.
And how did you come out to your parents?
Oh, well, so with the rest of the family, it was just easygoing, because there's my one aunt who knew that I was dating Refugee, you know. But then particularly my mom and my dad didn't raise me and stuff. So we started our relationship, a father-daughter relationship, at a later stage in my life. So for my dad to find out, Refugee was on TV, my sister was getting married that weekend, so I was going to go home. And then my one sister said to my dad, "Ke motho wa Refugee," you know. And then my dad is like, "Oh, mokwenyane." Yeah. Fast forward, Friday I get home, me and my dad are like tight, you know, and we're sitting on his bed, we're talking. I'm like, "But when see some talk?" Yeah, no, I'm like, no, get girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, makoti. Then there was like a silent pause, and then he goes, "Okay." You know,
they thought she was a man.
No, my dad knew that it's a woman.
Yeah.
But like, didn't know how to address it.
I see.
You know, how to put it. And she's like, "Mau gay." And I'm like, "I get gay." You know, it's like, "Then what are you?" I'm like, "I'm lesbian." To my dad. It's like, "What is that?" I'm manu gay, you know. But he embraced me. You know, sometimes I feel like he was just overcompensating because he didn't raise me and stuff. But I realized, because the next day, Fifi's family was coming, and she was away. He was so happy. And Ali and Tatu Arifilo were like everywhere together, got the buddies. So my dad, it was easy. But for my mom, no, it was a fight. Yeah, because when I finally sat down with her to say, I think you're aware what's going on here. You know, it's like, "No, I thought you guys were best friends. What are people going to say?" And I'm like, "You didn't even ask me if I'm happy. The first thing you say is, what are people going to say? Are you worried about that? You're not worried about happiness and how and stuff." You know, and then fortunately enough, my little brother was there. And that guy, he's my G. He's like, "Leave her alone. She's happy." You know? And I asked her, we have property together. We live together. And she was visiting us. And I'm like, we sleep in the same bed.
What do you
think is going on?
What do you think?
It's like, "Yeah, I thought you guys were best friends." I'm like,
you were just acting now. She probably knew, but
she was in denial. And I said to her, everybody else knows. Like even her sister who had passed away that time. I'm like, Kukushila knew that we're together. It's like, "Yeah, get into snacks." And I'm like, "Girl, I'm taking you back to your house."
Yeah.
You know, I was at that point because I didn't want to force it down her throat, but I wanted her to stop and just listen to me and hear me. I don't want her to accept me, but hear me. Then it took my sister sitting her down and having a conversation with her. After that, she doesn't want to speak to me. If Refilo is not there, she calls Refilo, my child this, my child that.
Yeah.
And when we got married, she was the happiest more than anybody else. Yeah.
You mentioned your dad, even on the show, he is the big part of your storyline on the show. and he was not there, how old were you when he came back into your life, or when he came into your life?
I was in matric, actually. I was in matric. I was young when I did my matric. I was 16, you know. So the thing is, my dad, I used to visit my dad, but our relationship was broken, broken. My stepmom, who was married to my dad then, she tried, but it was not the same. And my dad got arrested. I think I was in grade 11. He was falsely accused. So he was sentenced to 64 years in jail. Yeah.
What did he do, if you don't mind?
I don't even know. Like theft, murder, like a lot of things, you know. And he was framed. So then I was like, okay, my dad is in prison. I want to visit him and stuff, but I never got the chance to.
Yeah.
My stepmother passed on. I was at her funeral because I already had a relationship with my 3 siblings. I didn't know there's a lot. Yeah. Matorokis. So then I heard that he was exonerated, and then my dad was out. And I'm like, but guys, this is an opportunity for me to try to build a relationship with my dad because I don't want him to be gone and I'm there at his grave crying and be like, I'm sorry, I should have done. But the nice thing about that is that my dad was remorseful. So when I confronted him, I'm like, this and that, he didn't blame my mother.
Yeah.
He told me the whole story, what he did, that he was a rebel and all that. Because my dad denied paternity of me 3 times.
Okay.
And before I was born, when I was born, and when I was in grade 3, in front of me, he said he's not my father. So I was broken. But when he was remorseful and apologized, and I'm like, I got this guy.
Yeah.
And from then on, we're unstoppable.
No, you guys are very unstoppable.
No, we are like, when I call him, it's like Mutwaka, the most beautiful girl in the world.
And
like,
you are one and the same, hey?
Yeah,
like you are the same.
We are the same thing.
Yes, you are the same people. And for you to look on Sports Wives, there's Dedike that you say is your stepfather. Where is your dad?
My dad passed away 2005.
Was married to your mom?
No, they were not married. Not that I know. No, they were not married. But when my dad passed away, they had already separated.
I want to continue speaking about the parents, but I don't want us to cry now. I think I will speak about that at the end because I don't want us to cry. I want to speak about the Sports Wives.
You're gonna cry?
Yes. I'm not gonna cry. So
We'll get to it.
Yeah. Anyway, the Sports Wives, how does it come about? How are you guys approached?
You can go.
I was approached by Nonhlanhla Dlamini. I think this is her baby.
Is she the producer or what?
She is the production owner. The production house, Yandlovukazi concept belongs to her. So this was after Banyana won WAFCON.
Is it the Atandri?
No, before that. They had just won WAFCON, and she said that she has a plan of having a show, but the show focuses on people that are married to sports. She's not looking at only soccer players, but also wants all sporting fatalities to be covered, right? So when she did this, she told me that she has never done such and would like to, is going to need help from people that have done like your Housewives type of reality shows, because she focuses on a different genre. She does reality, but it's completely different to what this one is. So this is when she came to where we used to live, did an interview asking me about the type of person I am, the things that I like, the types of scenes that I want to be seen in, just briefly about how Bambanani and I met, you know. She did like my story, especially in terms of the fact that I did elope, you know, I'm building a relationship with my mom, and also the fact that we've been 4 years now in a relationship. So that is what was pitched to me. This is what we're going to look in. But then she did make a very interesting comment when she said, I have a boring life for reality, which I didn't take in a bad way. I did, because at least she was honest, number one, because she did say, reality, batla drama, batla this, batla that, you know. So, but she still felt that my love story had something for her to put out there, you know. And this is how she approached me.
Approached you. And for you, how were you approached?
So Noni reached out to me the previous year, which is 2020. 2022, I meant to say, yes. And she told me about the show and whatnot, and I was like, nah,
Not for me.
not for me. I think that's how she pitched it to me, you know, and I was like, also Refula is very private, you know, I'm there, but, you know, there's certain things of my life that I don't put out.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, I'm good, you know. And then I also said to Refula, this lady spoke to me. I saw Refula's like, okay, if you want to do it, you can do it. I don't want you to hold back because of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. Then fast forward, 2023, I think January, somewhere around there, March. Then there's a lady, I think she's a researcher or something, contacted me. But her approach was different, was a bit warmer. And I was like, okay.
I could do that.
I could do that, you know. And then we had a meeting, like a WhatsApp meeting, like a virtual meeting.
With your wife as well?
No, with them, the production.
Yeah.
You know, because they wanted to tell me, they wanted to get to know me more and wanted to tell me what the show is about. Then I listened, and I'm like, okay, yeah, but because of Lerato's approach, I would love to do this, you know, and then told them about myself, which there's so many things about me that could have been part of it, which we're not, you know, because my dad's story is just there. It's okay, you know. It's a drop in the ocean because I was like, then some people would relate who have problems with their parents, their dads, their moms and whatever.
Yeah.
How do you know, try to actually salvage the relationship, you know? So then I spoke to Refula about it and stuff, and she's like, I'm good with it, you know, because yes, Refula was going to appear here and there, because not even here and there, maybe once, because Refula lives in Italy. So for me, it was about talking about long distance marriage and what do I do, you know, am I just okay, I'm married to Refula, but Noni said to me, we're going to highlight what you do because you are a sports professional yourself. Because I also played the game. You know, I played football.
Okay.
So, yeah, I stopped playing that other season when I got injured.
But so were you playing with them?
Yeah, I've played for Mamelodi Sundowns. I've played for TUT. Yeah.
Okay.
So I played even with Refula in the same team before. Yeah. So
why was that not highlighted about your journey in the show?
Good question. Because I'm a netball player, provincial player. I'm a basketball player, provincial player. You know, I'm a sports person. So I thought that was going to go to that because even like Tsholo, they asked her what her interests are and stuff.
I'm hearing her interest for the first time. For the first time
Yes,
that you were in aviation, you actually want to work. You're
100%.
I also do nails.
Yeah, nice nails. She does her own nails even. Like
Mara. It was not there.
That's why we've got platforms that are like this, independent,
100%.
where people can speak their own narrative.
Yes. And there's so much you could have gotten me where I'm doing massages or I'm training kids because I'm also a coach. I'm a qualified coach. I have kept a C license, you know.
So is there no way in the show where we'll see you go and do your work?
No.
Nothing. Actually, I disappear a bit because I went to a tournament, a COSAFA tournament. I was working there in Durban.
They didn't
Which
take
could have
production
been
there.
an opportunity for the production
Yes.
to be that side.
You could have had an opportunity
But
of me.
we did even raise it to Guti.
Yes.
Why are we not taken to Durban?
You guys also
there
go
was
that
a
way.
getaway.
Yes.
But it was in Mpumalanga. Why are we not taken to Durban? But
Because they could come to my workplace.
Yeah.
We could shoot that. I could be with them and
And
stuff.
vacation there and
100%. So you could meet me, like we could come to the airport to see when Refula like lands,
Yes.
like when I fetch her from the airport. There's so much because there's not much of Refula there. And also another thing is for me, I wasn't gonna, because initially I said to Refula, this is about me, this is what they told me. And she's like, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Because I also want people to get to know you, not as
For
Refula
yourself.
as you are, for yourself, you know. So how they were trying to pull her in, she's like, baby, I didn't sign a contract. You know?
Yes, like
That's why
I'm
even
at a
when she
job
appeared,
now.
she literally walked in, sat down next to me, and didn't say a word.
I didn't see that, but is it still coming?
It's gone.
No.
Episode 3,
when we were watching the
Bambanani play.
Banani play,
Why didn't I watch that? Because I've realized that I've also missed your cartoon thing. And I'm like, where did I miss? I binge watched all the episodes over the weekend. But I don't know where I missed
Also,
that part.
cartoon character party, me. Anyway,
but the thing is,
Khanling, what are you guys telling us now? Because
the
it was
thing
you.
is, you are given we even had videos that we had to do. Uguti, that this is what I do. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm looking into, right? And then they said to us, give us 6 things that you feel good to you'd host. I remember because my mom and my stepdad are in this charity drive, giving shoes.
School shoes.
Even not particularly school shoes. Maybe if one person has one leg,
Oh.
they give shoes or
but
khona le Adidas, khona le Palladium, khona le Nike. There's just so many things that we do. So that was one. Even soccer boots, that was one thing that I said I would like to highlight.
Yeah.
I had just finished my nail workshop. They asked me the type of parties or type of things that you'd like to host. I even said I would like to have a high tea, guys. Go high tea. But I understand.
It's that thing.
All of none, especially on my part. Like, especially when it came to me, this is when I read them an email, I was like, when you pitched this to me and you did your research and was asking me, you said that you want to at least look into 2 of the things that I do. That is why I had to give you 6 of the things. Yeah. But none of them were done, number 1. Number 2, if you remember, Bomzi hosted the first event, right? Yeah. When Bomzi hosted the first event, now the last event, they were putting us under pressure. Now the director needed to be on another show. Now it's time. They needed to go to Mpumalanga. Okay, so we had now gotten the gist of Yahore. Whatever event is there, they give it to you. It's not something that you would want, right?
Okay.
So when you are given by a cartoon character, Chris, so now Harry Butzisa, okay, Mpumalanga, but it's Bomzi. And then I spoke to Noni. I can't Noni.
Yes.
Okay, Noni, this is what you came to me with. There is nowhere where you even said, kapa ompona ke kwa the guy and get a workshop, get ntotsa manala, get kapa dintotsa. Ke re gona le ditlhako tse tletseng garage ko gesu that you could have shown kapa re tsamaya go fana ka tsona. None of those things were highlighted. Now you are pressing us for time. You want us for shoots like back to back, and now we are going for one person, which I don't have a problem with. It's not like in Ali Ishuli Bomzi, but Bomzi Ali one who hosted 2 events as if there are no other cast members.
Yes, I hear
even
you.
This DJing thing, yes, is under number 1. I would not
even look so misplaced on that.
On my board day, even I would not go to that place. I know of that place. I know how to director, but I would never go there. That was my first time being there. Even the content directors, they came to me, they were telling me how they were not feeling safe because of it's dodging. Why are you taking me to places that I would never be? Why ask me? What was the research for? You're taking me to snooker.
Ish, there was another part.
I understand. So they were not even Sisanda herself, there was once a time where she was like, she had to find a venue for herself. That is why that venue. She had to find the venue for herself because they're pressing us for time. She said she wanted to highlight the fact that she does DJing. Yeah. So because Bona, they were not looking into doing that, I forced her, okay, I found a place. Because now, I found a place, little shabel like it DJ amol. So kabana okay, kuchur mo radlala mos.
Do you think also, sorry?
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. And I must say that it wasn't all bad from my experience. It wasn't all bad. I enjoyed going out with them. I enjoyed the dressing up of the cartoon character thing. But I don't think it was supposed to be my primary story.
Yeah.
There's so much that could have been done and what we were told to do, For example, I see on socials, people are like, Chris is not bringing anything on the table.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my decision to bring anything on the table. You are told, this is what you're going to do. I believe that maybe every episode there could have been something about Chrissy because Chrissy does this, Chrissy does that. I have my own company that does also charity work and whatever. We could have had an event and then they bring the shoes and then somebody else brings something. You get my point. And I'm like, okay, it's just so sad that your story is being told the way it's told. Yeah. And it stays there, you know. Wabora, and I'm like, it's fine, it's okay.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm chilled with that.
And also we are new. More in terms of reality. Yes. So when you get there, you are like, first, literally, they tell you, this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. All you want to do is comply. And then along the way, this is when you realize,
Do you think that because you said you wouldn't say it was necessarily all bad, but you were just put in a light that is not who you are? Do you think that you've got a better, because she's having a bitter taste in her mouth with the whole show? Do you think maybe it's because her parents are being dragged into it? Like her parents are just horrible parents, And for you, it was just like you've got a boring life. And then your death story is every death story in South Africa, actually. So yours, you were not painted in a bed. You were just boring. And then, now she was, shame.
Yeah.
The parents are worse. It's that dynamic for you.
For me, yes, because now I had a beautiful wedding with my entire family supporting me, being
so
there.
happy.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now we are back to square one.
When did you get married?
December 27th.
And then were you guys still shooting?
No, we ended shooting in July.
But did you tell us about that?
The marriage.
The preparations.
It was supposed to be part of the show.
What
So
guys?
these are the things that they ask you about, ne? And then you are explaining, okay, this is the plan. We want to bring our families closer. I understand. So I think now, in my case, when Daddy K said, Mama Gago, ga driver past where you live, I understand. Even Goody Diaries, I did say that I'm very confused. But when I said I was confused, it was misplaced. It was put in Goody Ntonzeding. You understand? Because I was very confused. Because my mother, they wouldn't do that. So I understand. So I guess I still have unanswered questions about that. But then again, it's more of ke shebile noni ke rata ho etsa research. I've got time to my hands.
Yes.
Ha ke fetsa go research ka bona gore this is someone that had Khumbule Khaya in mind. A lo e rekisetsa SABC.
Oh,
This
is she the
someone
producer of
always,
Khumbule Khaya?
I'm not necessarily a producer,
Oh,
but the
the
concept ya high. I
hear you.
understand.
Yeah.
Where Zabo abandoned, utatako, these are all her babies. So it's natural for her to sway that direction. Ya gore, every family needs to have that brokenness.
Yeah.
There can be a story without drama, number one. I still say. There can be a story where yes, we've had challenges, but we've overcome those challenges. But instead, bona ba batla mo go leng gore ba focus on a kontwenya gore no, there's an issue. Tsholo fellow is facing this issue, and that was not true.
And
But
to
I
speak
understand.
for Noni though, but when she approached you, she told you that I've never done this kind of concept.
That is why it's natural for her to
Yeah, to
sway
just
because
say
she's
that.
always done dinto tse so.
Drama.
I understand. However, we you know what makes me sad about this whole thing? Every time when I feel hore, this is not my story that's being told, I would go to her. Ninkisa buili content directors because they are just hired, right?
Yes.
Ha ke bua le yena, she will be shocked.
That she doesn't know what's going on
She
in her
doesn't know.
house.
This is Noni. Even when Dineo atoma dintho tse le ko netball nga rasa, ka re ko Noni, but what is this? Like what's a khala eng mo?
Yes.
Noni was shocked. So this is when I was like, you know what, I'm throwing my line because ke dila le motho o sa batleng go face number one nnete and o sa batleng gore abe confrontational a o botse gore okay Tsholo ne ke se kgone ho botsa nnete because I felt you would shy away. But I understand that would have made me be like, okay, so this is how you're playing, let me find my way around it. So this is when I was like, you know what, I'm putting a stop to this. I'm not part of the show anymore.
So what do you mean you're not part of the show anymore?
I left the show. Azanka ifetsa na show.
So when last are we seeing you?
This was the last time.
No way! You can't say that.
Yep. You saw her leaving? She's gone.
But when she was leaving, going in the car,
that very
what
same
time
day,
visa?
Yep.
I was literally leaving.
But I guess you had to. Like I really guess
At some
you
point,
had to.
yeah.
And you know, Mamaka, immediately after the shoot with my stepdad, Mamaka Shabiliki heart attack. Ne?
That's around that time.
I go spetlele. They were on my head the whole time. Now it was not taba ya bua le mama ka taba ya gore re batla go etsa lenyalo or re batla go etsa ntho tsa malobola. It was a matter of re batla go bua le mama because of re batla go tseba gore why is she not accepting yourself. It was more of, well, understand. So ha se ke tswa mo like number 1 le tlo ntelisa ka ngwana. Number 2, a ke na taba le yena. I feel like le yena somehow she was caught and then she just didn't know how to handle it because I guess she's B-cast.
Yeah.
So Lena batla gore season 2
okay.
yes, I understand. So also for Yena if anything, if anyone was with me through the short loads about the whole even after the netball thing, I even said it's not a dinero thing. It's more of she feels misplaced. This is how I saw it. I understand. So now, kito emelana le drama dinero ka mo hape tsa mo mama ka wa kula tshwantse ntse ke mama tshwantse re lo shoota re tseng. This is when I was like, you guys don't even feel halena le pelo ya go tlo utlwela motho mogolo gore she's not okay. All you want is to bring things that's going to make her look bad on camera. So
Yeah.
It was tricky though, this whole thing. People ask me, would you do it again?
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, nah, if they pay me, yes, I'll do it. But also I'm just also thinking maybe I would be more experienced now.
Yeah.
I'd know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning, guys, you don't have to bring drama to women. Drama will always pop
be
up,
there.
you know? So it was just created drama. That's why I kept on, trying to diffuse. Also, I tried to pull myself away from that because I'm like, you know what, basadi, at some point you'll scratch each other.
Yeah.
But allow it to happen naturally.
It
so
will
that
happen.
It will happen, and then naturally we'll get there. And then I also realized that, hey, we are here for different things. Eh? This person is here maybe for the views and likes and whatever. And there's somebody who she was there for that. Mari, the followers are there, they don't like her things. And I'm like, it's the ones with drama.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mariano, that's not nice. Good tricky, man. Whatever that you came here for,
Did
and
you get it?
You didn't. I don't think they got it. But anyway, we are all on TV. And I also looked at Hore, maybe now they couldn't come for me.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know anything about me. So I was labeled an oversharer. Because I am an oversharer. And I talk,
Do you talk?
A lot. Like I talk for a living. I talk a lot.
Yeah.
But when I realized the situation, and I was like, nah.
I think you come off as you've got an intimidating persona. At a first glance, you've got like an intimidating persona. So I guess somebody who would see you would be like, no, let me wait and like count my words before. You've got that according to me.
Yeah.
And then Tsholo, she's got that mother, like I just see my big sister,
Like, she looks
she's got that
soft
soft. You can just
Which
go
she
there,
is,
and,
Yeah.
So I think maybe with you, that's why they didn't really bring drama to you because of that sternness. That it's going to stop here.
Yeah, because I remember, anyway, when we first met, Janelle said to me, do you know who I am? And I'm like, no. It's like, I dated Portia. I'm like, oh.
Off camera.
Yeah,
before.
before. I'm like,
this is who she is.
I was like, oh. Because I remembered somebody else who was with Portia for a long time and stuff. I don't remember her.
Yeah.
Because she told me that she would see me there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, I know stuff about you. And I said, girl, hold it. Emily camera. When the cameras are on. So that, because I think she was thinking that she's going to intimidate me. And I'm like, girl, get content. Wait, so that ke kgone respond. How cameras goes on.
too.
And then, no, nothing, So people came there with drama.
Yes.
But you allow, guys, we will step on each other's toes. Those things will happen. But allow it to happen naturally so that there can be a natural reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would still do it. But you know what? And also I realized, MTT, so if Kirasale koti, I have so much to lose.
Makes the loudest
I'm a professional, and where I work, then, we're gonna be like, how? And then, imagine nickname PhD. How do you mock me with my qualifications? How do you mock me with?
Yes, but Miss PhD.
I'm doing hey, in 2-3 years, I'll be Dr. Somebody. Are you mocking me with that?
Are you serious?
What's that one? Kiss kissy, or hey, something,
You're too tall.
Yeah, you're too tall, or
Yeah.
hey, we're not ujanyana, or something like that. You mock me with my qualification. Then that's when I realized, connected offline.
There's tins and stuff in here.
Yeah,
Empty
no.
tins.
Kuyakhala nje, cling, 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 la.
So, Tsholo, you said when Doni approached you, said wives of footballers.
No, she said wives, people who are married into
Sports, yes. So then, Dineo is not married. Is Dipuo married? No, Dipuo is not
None of
married.
them.
Sisanda is
The
also
only
not
people who are married is Tsholo, myself,
And
Bomzi,
Bomzi.
and then Clarissa was engaged.
Clarissa. So, but then why was Clarissa talking about a divorce when she was just
But
engaged?
that's the thing. Clarissa never said anything about divorce. It's people that thought Clarissa was married that was busy saying divorce
hear,
this.
I
Why I
hear.
understand. So Clarissa never said anything
Yeah.
about
She
it.
was
She
talking
did
about
say she's
separation.
been separation.
Separation,
She's been in a
yes.
relationship for 13 or 12
12
years.
years,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
They're engaged.
And they've
so
got kids.
because Bona Habalo Seb, remember we just met at Bomzi's event. This is the first
Were
time
you guys
all
meeting
met,
each other the first time
except
that
the two of us.
Yeah, because we've known each other before, and I've known then Bomzi and Clarissa, I've met them before.
you knew that they were part of the cast?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
But otherwise, any other person I
we're meeting them for the first time.
The first time. Babo, khona le ba bangwe like Sisanda and Dipuo, they were friends.
Yeah.
But immediately after that first meeting, they said go na le di-nickname. Go na le gore go na le line between wives and girlfriends.
And girlfriends.
People projected
created that.
They projected that on themselves, and they felt like "Ona re iketsa betere." Ke iketsa betere jwang? I cannot take
always
the
the
fact that I'm
case,
married away, and it's not my fault that you're not married and I am. You cannot be fighting me just because you cheated. And you know what's funny? Dineo says on the show, and it was the first time she says on the show she was with Portia. She cheated on Portia with a guy,
Yes,
right?
that's what she said.
And then that's when Portia left her.
Yeah.
I saw her before the cameras went on because I was sharing a same hotel room with her. And she said, when I asked her, when she introduced herself, like, what rata do you know me, Veli?
Oh, okay.
But that's besides the point. So when I asked her, what happened between you and Portia? She said that Portia was not allowing her to be herself because she had just started working and so she was getting jealous. So that is why, Gary, it's tricky when dealing with people like that.
So,
And also, you know, people would come to us and say, sorry, this one said this, only to find out, yeah, another person
Who said that?
Who said that? And I was like, okay. But also we treated them ka maturity.
Yeah.
You know, you would be sitting there saying, oh, Tsholo are ing going. But I already know that Tsholo didn't say
Didn't
that.
say
It's you. And
that.
then we're like, okay.
okay.
That's why I get batla reunion. Because reunion
O di tshwere so.
so stack and stack. And
na
one
le
of
di-file,
Ke na le- one of the ladies said to me, bought me the slippers. I just get the batla the slippers still.
Yeah.
This person gifts me. And this person is the one who's bad mouthing me. And ke mo shebeletse ka re, "Weh."
Is it on the show? The slippers are still coming on the show.
No, pillets on her separately.
Privately.
I'm busy. Show me this, show me that. And I'm like,
Show me
so
this.
you think, I don't know.
I don't know.
So who's fooling who here?
We have to find out who bought you slippers. We have to find out. Anyway, your wife, Obatla Dineo, is your wife after Dineo? Or there was a...
100%.
That's what Dineo is saying. But also, the same Dineo says that, she said, Mamanani wa mubatla ne. And then she says, Naki gets up betere. And then Bambanani is a Portia wannabe. So you're not sure which one is which one. But now she's got a problem with Tsholo.
Yeah.
The
Only
problem,
Andile one mat.
yeah. Besides
Only
that,
Andile,
ke bua
yes.
in terms of how it got go tlo bua taba tsa bo Bambanani. I have me and her are fighting because probably Bambanani wa matla. I'm fighting because ke rata wa apara di sneaker. I'm fighting because I can
apara di
style.
boots.
So she's saying a lot of things and none of them like na for na. I Bambanani wa matla ke itsebe.
They like saying that we like speaking for our partners. Did you ever ask your partner that, who's this chick? Do you want this chick or have you dated this chick?
More than anything, I think the first thing I said to her was, ha ke bona by advertiser wa bona hona le mona etsa ntho ya o yang phone next time go bua ka bo Andy right ka mo botsa ka re the way setse ke bone dinewa ka teng it's probably you kanti Tuesday
We did say, actually.
remember
We did say,
yes
gore,
ka re
o
I
yang
even said to
phone.
her wa bona dinewa after ke bone gore ke motho jwang ka re brace yourself kanti it lo hlaga vele so I didn't see the need to ask her ke tseba gore ga ba tsebang le dinewa that I know for a fact. Because Lynn self next time
Li Bambanani guy.
self she came here and she's like, you know me. Go tell Robin. And I was like, oh, I dated Portia. Number one, if there's anything, I know Portia.
Yeah.
Ne? But I don't know Portia personally.
Yeah.
You know, who does not know Portia? Portia has been in our TV screens for long.
long.
And I keep saying, Portia made a name for herself. I
100%.
respect
And
the
you
likes
said
of...
that so well.
I respect
on
the likes of
show.
Portia. I did not want to engage Dineo because I would be dragging Portia.
Yes.
Why understand?
Ooh, I
because
love
of
that.
ne ke sa batle ntho le ya gore ka o sa nkgotla twa, ke dingqondo tsa Portia tse mo ngwaneng. She came to us and says that she's 25. She's dated Portia for 8 years. They've been separated for 3 years. Maths. It's a maths.
Maybe another 9, 10.
Why understand? So also I felt maybe if it was a guy soccer player, because they're not treated the same with ladies. Ladies soccer players need to do 10 times the work to be recognized. And I feel like Portia has fought for the likes of Bambanani to have the things that I had. I even went and said, I doubt what it says, nna ke tseba million ka di fight tsa bo Portia. Mara ke tlolana le motho who, like, guys, come on now.
Oh, I love
Like,
that.
I
girl.
get to-
Oscar Award
I get to learn a lot.
nomination.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? When I watched that Golden Boot, Portia,
Yes.
right? I was watching those awards. Portia was with an also dreads.
Dumela.
Why
Yeah.
understand? And she's claiming naturally Portia kana go. So that is why when I felt her, it's a hanga engage Dineo. Portia wa batho lebitso le a iketseditseng lona.
100%,
No, and she doesn't deserve
That's
that.
maturity too.
Because I even feel gore maybe lena mwaling wa itshola gore na ya kae. Because I know lena nka itshola.
No, that's
And
like
re mo khuzitse
maturity.
off the camera. Re mo
Yes.
khuzitse
So many
like,
times.
so many times.
So
Even
many
the ladies
times.
ba ne re dlala netball le ena, ba mo khuzitse, you know. But I guess she
is who
wanted to
she
put it
is.
across, you know. Because remember, go na le mo nke mare, at least the rona ga World Cup le ga ntse re sena golden boot.
Why understand?
Because she was really coming for us.
Why understand how global World Cup Bambana has been? Bambana le feel about 2 World Cups. And how global Portia higher Ibankari. Why understand?
Like
But it's
a
not a
competition,
competition,
you guys are
and
taking
it's
it
not a
for- yeah.
competition.
Yes. Which is like their senior. It's like somebody who has paved the
Forever.
way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And they can never achieve what Portia achieved in a different setting.
Yeah.
Because their journeys are different.
Different.
Woo, I love how you guys are putting it, and it screams, I'm a wife, I'm supporting my partner, I'm not going to overstep, but we're going to understand that we are here with our partners because of that person, and we respect
fights that they
that.
do, yeah.
I love that.
And if you've really been in your partner's journey, you wouldn't go and scream and scream because the behind the scene, people just see the little part of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
The behind the scene, you know, it's
When
enormous,
it comes,
it's
you're like,
crazy.
oh, you just want to rest. You don't
Yeah.
have time to brag about
Yes,
them. It's like, oh
yes.
my gosh, it's all over.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure. And long distance relationship, how is it?
It's hard, and it gets harder now. It was hard. It was okay. It was acceptable because she's going to work. I'm going to work, and all that. You know, they say you can't have your cake and eat it. You know, but because of the things that are happening in our lives now, it's becoming more harder. You
What
know, in
things?
a way that one, we want to start a family. How do you start a family? The other one living in another continent and all that, you know. We want to move into a bigger space. How do I go move in a bigger space when I live alone?
Yeah.
You know.
Get out to Tisacho.
No, problem is paying this huge amount of money when you're just alone.
Just alone. Because even where I live right now, I literally ke ya ko ilo go bala.
Yeah.
It's a house, it's not a home. So the bigger it is, it's going to frustrate me more. And me recently losing my mother, which really also really hit her.
its toll.
It's crazy. It's
And
like,
she was not there.
no, she did come. I lost my mom on a Monday. When I called her, she just went to the airport and was like, I'll find the next flight out. And on Tuesday, she was here throughout. Even buried my mom and left after that. But it's like, she's leaving me alone. And then also she's going alone. She's going to grieve and mourn by herself. So a lot of things are not making sense anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and we are chasing, she needs to stay in Europe and whatever. And on the flip side, I'm like, South African women's football is on the rise.
Like,
Come
back already.
Come back already
Already.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And because then I also were looking at me moving overseas and working there.
Yeah.
And then it didn't work out, you know. So it's crazy, and I'm not one to stay at home. You know, it means ha ke le ko yena, ko ya le na training session ya hae, ko ya, you know, the way Tsholo is supporting Bambarani,
Yes,
I'll
yes.
be there, but I think I will overstep at some point because I'm a
Yeah.
professional myself.
Yeah.
So it's a bit tricky, but we take each day as it comes. Yeah.
You spoke about the passing of your mom. When did she pass?
She passed on the 27th of January.
That's just like
Yeah, just like
recently.
2 weeks ago. Oh, on a Monday. Yeah, she passed away 2 weeks ago today.
How
Yeah.
close were you?
I was very close with my mom. The thing is, you know, ba re ka Setswana ba re, ngwana ngwanyana ke thaka ya mmaagwe. So we fought proper. You know,
Yeah.
because at some point I became her, I became the mother, she became the daughter.
Yeah.
You know, but I loved my mom. I even have a tattoo of her on my leg because of her birthday and initials. I loved my mom because I don't think I've really told the world what she has done for me. You know, the sacrifices and whatever. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't because of my mother and her having to raise me for so many years by herself.
Alone.
You know, alone. And I sometimes sit and think to myself, did I do enough for this woman? You know, because she gave me everything. You know, my mom, even go funeralling, when I gave a speech, I'm like, people used to mock my mom. Ba re mama ka o apara makhasa and whatever. But she didn't care. As long as I was at school, as long as I was getting that education, as long as I was progressing in life, she didn't care about that, you know. But on the flip side, I say, Modimo a re seke ra lla re leaka ba hiteng. You know, everybody has their time in this world and what they have to do. And I feel like my mom, I know my mom knows that I loved her.
Yeah.
You know, she was the queen and she'll remain the queen of my heart. And it was sudden, so it was crazy.
She fell sick and she passed.
She collapsed, hospital, got a brain stroke. She's in a coma. Apparently she was in a coma, but when I spoke to her, she would respond, like she would make sounds and stuff. And I'm like, guys, it doesn't make sense, coma. And then the next minute, they say she's gone. You know, logically, knowing what brain stroke is and all that, I had already pictured that, knowing that my mom doesn't have long to live, you know, but emotionally you still want her to live. You look at certain things, signs, and be like, okay, there's hope and all that, you know. So I have to carry that, but I can't now filter it into my family's lives because they don't understand. They don't get it. Something is wrong here. But we have to live. The only thing I can live my life to the best or to make her proud.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Don't cry.
I'm really, like, I tried to hold myself, but that's why I put there at the end so that, wow.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, and more so because you have to deal with it alone without your partner.
Yeah.
I think that's the most painful.
It's not that bad now because my
not
little
that
brother
bad.
had to move in with me.
Oh.
Yes, because I don't think he'll cope.
He's alone.
Yes.
How old is he?
No, he's old. He's 35. But it's just that, you know, boys and their mothers. I can still be hurt, but I can hold on. You know, Ke mosadi, and at this point, I feel like now I'm the mother to him.
Yes.
He doesn't function. He doesn't know what time of day it is, you know, and I can't let him be by himself. Then he's going to start drinking and he's in law enforcement. I don't want him to start doing crazy things. So it's nice to, like, in the evening when he comes back, when I come back, and be like, your girl is gone, wait. And then when we get emotional together. And when we reminisce together and stuff. And
I'm glad.
Yeah, so I at least, and Refil was like, no, he needs to come. He needs to come. And everybody was worried because I live by myself. And at least we'll have a few months together and go through this process together.
I'm glad you and Reflu took that decision because it's real. Boys are their mom's children. I see it with my brother. He's 41. And I'm just 31. I've got a son who's 2. The relationship I have with my son, my 41-year-old brother, has it with my mom.
Yeah.
So it's so real. I'm glad that you guys took that decision.
No, 100%. Because also he has kids. And firstborn, so I need to pick up the pieces as much as I need to grieve and heal myself.
You also need to be strong for
100%. I think I will find my healing through that.
Through that.
Yes.
Sure. Oh, there's a
Okay, it's not that deep, guys.
I know. So, Tsholo, you got married. You are now, you had been married for 4 years, you say. And then now, families now are married now.
Yeah.
Traditionally, everything is done. Yeah.
Which was a beautiful ceremony, by the way.
I saw the snaps on TikTok.
It was beautiful.
It was so
I
beautiful.
wanted to get married again.
And I also, yes, me too, especially when things are changing now, MCs are dancing like it's a show. You're like, can I get married again for that?
It was
It was
beautiful.
very nice and traditional. And I also watched some clips on Bambanani's TikTok. It's your TikTok. Why are you looking at me like that? I went to your TikTok because I was searching these ladies. I was like, let me go everywhere. Where he was showing their part of the lobola part when they were leaving the other house, going into your house. And then when they came back with you wearing a orangey dress and stuff like that. It was so beautiful. And you were there.
Of course.
How close are you?
Very close.
Very close.
And I think because we've known each other before, but we're not close. And, when the show happened, it was like, this is long overdue.
why?
Why have we
Yes,
been like high and whatever? So
now you made it stronger. The friendship stronger.
Yeah. Because when I love, but she told me that when I love somebody, I go in and wholeheartedly,
Yes.
you are stuck with me. And I'm like, girl, I like that because I'm also stuck with you. You know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm having the both of you guys together here as best friends. And your partners, are they friends or they just associates or they just colleagues?
I get to learn.
I have to call them to answer for themselves.
You know what's funny? There's this meme where they are both laughing, like they're laying down and they are laughing. And I'm like, basile laba.
What are they talking about? Do you guys have issues of jealousy, other girls like throwing themselves at your partners and stuff like that? Why I'm asking is because of when you guys trended, that's when now I started following Bafana Banyana and looking closely into them. And wives are like, no, we're starting to question our sexuality, Do you get girls? And others are really serious. I get others, we're just playing on the comment section.
No, they are.
Do you guys go through your partner's phones?
Nah.
I do.
I'm sure you do.
My partner's phone is my phone. It's
That's
like
the thing. It's not like, okay,
it's not going through.
I want to
but-
see. Yeah, no, I have her passcode. She has mine. I would be like on her phone
Face
doing
recognition.
stuff and face recognition.
Do you also
my
recognize
friend,
your phone on
even
your-
thumb, like everything?
I can open her phone with my face. But also it's, with me and Bambanani, it's more of it felt like we've known each other for long, but this meeting was long overdue. So we are more of friends. like my ride or die more than in a relationship. Yes, we are in a relationship, but we get along so much that for the longest time it's just the two of us. There are times where just the two of us, we feel like we don't want to be next to
You don't want to
people.
see the world. Yes,
It's
yes.
just the two. We just want us to ourselves.
We're
So,
okay.
yeah.
We can live here.
Yeah.
I also don't mind when people are crashing on Refugee. Listen, Lina ke crasha moyeni, ke crash yag.
At the end of the day, they see what you see.
Yeah, like I see what they see. You get my point. So it's just that also I used to manage Refugee, and then I would get access to like her socials. I still do, you know. And then if there's a potential sponsor or partnership and whatever, and then there'll be people like, I wouldn't pay you to marry you and whatever.
Hey, banana,
And we laugh about it
Yeah.
and stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's about her protecting me. It's about me protecting her.
100%.
Yes, they can admire, but she should make sure that they don't have access to me. I should make sure that they don't have access to her.
Yeah.
Because then if she starts entertaining it, then it means then she's the one who's broken our relationship, because it's our relationship. The other people don't matter.
Yeah.
It will be each and every, like
lets
me and
them
her,
in.
to make sure that we protect this relationship.
How often do you guys see each other?
Depends if God is blessing us.
Mara,
Like,
also Italy,
twice.
so-
Oh yes, I was in Italy for like 27 days. No, 26 days.
Yeah.
When my mom got sick. Yeah, we try to work around it when she's in the country. Banyana duties, I try to see her. But mainly ka June, ga go sena bo WAFCON, because or go sena di World Cup, because then she's home for a month.
Yeah.
And then in December, she makes sure that she's there, because my birthday is on Christmas. So she's there. And then, when I can visit, I go to Italy, and normally I go for a month.
And when you guys, we are actually way over time.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, Tsholo, in Sports Wives, you said you just make sure that Bambanani is okay. You do everything. So run me through your day. Where else, maybe if, I don't know, do they always go to play or they practice? What?
They've got practice. They've got practice.
Every day?
Yes, she practices every day. Usually Wednesdays are her off days. But Bambanani she's addicted to gym, this one.
Okay.
She will train. So under normal circumstances, it's more of making sure that she's got her clean clothes. Because, she's more of a clean freak. Like, Bambanani does not repeat anything.
Batong, skipanyana, today,
Khabadli.
tomorrow.
Khabadli, and ga itlhatswetse.
O na le mosadi.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Why do you have a person who's not gonna make my life easy?
Like,
Well, yeah, but it's more of also the interviews.
yeah.
The nitty gritties that comes to with her getting, those ba di bitsang dintho tsa di advert mo ba ba batlang ko teng if they want to have a shoot with them, photo shoot and stuff. So I'm always there with her. We always look into, there are potential managers, people that want to manage her, people that want her to be outside of South Africa. We always go through contract. Like, she never reads anything.
Like, she's got a wife.
But you're there.
Like a man.
And I actually love how they follow each other around, because I miss that. That used to be me and Refilo. We followed each other around everywhere. So when I look at them, I'm like, this is cute.
I guess now I'm looking at my relationship, right, at my marriage with my husband, that I would want off. Like, if there's off, I'll grab it very quickly.
Yeah.
And I guess with you guys, it's like woman. Like, you just like each
Yeah,
other.
of course.
Yeah.
You all
Because
the time.
we do.
yeah. Because with my husband, I want some breaks, dude.
Ke kopa break.
Like, go that side, I'll go this side.
But also, we once lived apart for like 8 months.
Okay.
Wabo.
So
So
maybe 8
that,
months enough.
I was about to say that we are 8 months now. We
you know what?
can
The thing is, it was very fresh.
Yeah.
Immediately,
yes.
like, we got married in August. November, I was in a different country. She was here in South Africa. January, she went to Europe. Wabo.
Yeah.
So that 8 months, I feel like it played a very huge role, because immediately when we were reunited, we never looked back. It was always anywhere we can go to together.
We go.
We are always together.
Are you guys looking into him going abroad, playing abroad?
If the opportunity avails,
Yeah.
she can go. Like, you can only
And you
reach
should
for
follow
the sky. But if you're gonna follow her, I can. But I'm also strong enough to be in
here.
to be here while she's there doing her thing. Or maybe I can go abroad.
And she follows you.
and like
Refilo wants to be a housewife.
no, you have to work hard so that she can rest.
She says that
10 times harder.
because at the end of be housewife.
But afford her that.
It don't lala lot.
Anyway, guys, we'll talk forever and ever and ever. Any parting words to, I would say, any parting words to the viewers of Sports Wives? Like, whatever comments that you've heard or whatever that you want people to understand about you. Whatever thing that was not said about you. I think the interview had covered a lot of things that were not said about you guys, your careers, your visions and all that. But what do you want to say to the viewers of Sports Wives, especially the keyboard warriors that are fighting with us on the keyboards day in, day out?
I would say that I would love to still tell my story. Unfortunately, it was not told the way that I would have wanted it to be told, or the way that my life is. But it is what it is. But if an opportunity avails, I will definitely jump onto it.
Love it.
Yeah, I would also do season 2.
Yeah.
If the opportunity comes, but it would has to be
Season 2?
Yeah.
No, unless if it's a different production.
yeah. For me, it's
They will
also
redeem themselves.
I
guys.
think so. I
You
honestly
also need
think
to
so.
redeem yourself. Lebona, they will redeem themselves.
because I think it has such great potential.
Yeah.
You know, and it needs to then also meet my value for money, kind of thing. Because I work, and if I'm gonna take off
Yeah.
from work and do this and give it my all, it needs to really compensate. And number two is, but number three, I don't know, but it will be okay. I think they can still redeem themselves. But I must say, I'm grateful for the friendships that I made, like genuine friendships that I made from that show. For me, it wasn't all bad.
Who's your friend that new friendships that you've made? I know you guys already knew each other. Who are your other friends that you made from the show?
Clarissa.
Clarissa.
And Bomzi, okay, I knew her, but like we're more close because we move in the same circles with Bomzi. She's also in sports. So it's Clarissa, it's Seodi, who's my homegirl, but we met.
So what is a netball girl?
Yes. We met and then also, we're from the same province. We played for the same provincial teams.
Yeah.
So those and the rest, maybe there'll be different people. They realize that but I don't have any qualms. It's who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make any friendships in the show?
Yeah, I'm pretty much close with Wamzi.
Yeah.
Clarissa, also COD. I think like re squad.
The wives are friends.
I get it, but yeah. But also
We gravitated towards each other somehow.
There was a time where Sisanda and I had something. You know, Sisanda is not a bad person. It's just that probably certain things has to do with and then you're like, Wabo. Yeah, but otherwise she's not a bad person. The rest are trash.
Yeah, and she's never she's never spoken ill of people when I was around her. You know, it's just that when the cameras rolled, I was like, Iban, which one is this one now? You know, and if she had said something, she would own up to it and say, I said this.
Because of 1, 2, 3.
Because of
and
1,
also,
2, 3.
man, I ask you, man, ke blame her production. It was planted in her.
Yeah.
She had to be the villain. So Lena won okay by news, and then that's when you start seeing a difference Sisanda, and then it changes.
Yeah.
And it made sense to us because okay, this is how things are rolling. Yeah. She's not a bad person.
Yeah. Did you guys get paid? How much did you guys make out of the show?
Yeah. We got petrol.
Petrol.
Petrol, because we can pour our own petrol.
It was for 3 months, 15K.
All right, guys. This marks the end of the show with these beautiful ladies, beautiful stories. Anyway, guys, it's love and light from myself. If you haven't subscribed, please do the right thing and subscribe. Bye.